Hi Dave, how are you, man? How are you doing? Andy's, yeah, sure, I can teach you some alternate picking. Sure, sure, man. I'll give you tips about it, yeah. So, yeah. All right. So about guitar picking. Listen, man. I'm a left-handed person. I play with the right-hand guitar. I know it's weird, you know. I've been playing for more than 25 years ago now. Yeah. I started playing when I was 17 or 18, and I'm 46 now, so it's been a long journey. And I had some problems with my right hand technique, especially the picking, you know. Not just the alternate picking, also the sweep picking, economy picking, and hybrid picking. I was struggling so much with these kind of techniques because I I didn't use my right hand at all because I'm a left-handed guy. So I needed to practice a lot and search here and there for for about. It's been a long time, man. You know. So I'll tell you something about synchronization. You know, how to sync your picking hand with your left hand. But always, 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 trust me, the problem is in our left hand, not the picking. Because the pick is just goes with the flow, you know? So if you can do something like that, fast, look, something like this motion, you can do it fast, then you don't have any problems with your right hand. I was facing this problem. I couldn't do this speed. I couldn't do that, you know? Hardly I can play like that was my maximum speed because I'm a left-handed, but I kept on practicing over and over and I found something very useful. All right, it's all about your left hand. That's number one. Number two, you need to sync your picking hand with the fretting hand. So actually, when we play the guitar, the truth is we are just doing two motions, you know, a downstroke pick and an upstroke pick, right? Even if I'm playing a hell lot of notes, it's just the down and up. While I'm doing the downstroke, I'm holding a note, right? When I do the upstroke, I may use another note, so I lift off my finger, and vice versa. So, there's a tip, I will tell you about it, so that will help you a lot to speed up your playing, and you'll be able to move forward fast. First of all, you need to practice these boring exercises. It's really boring, but it helps a lot. First of all, you just hold a note anywhere on the guitar, maybe on the B string, 5th fret. Okay. Then you start picking downstroke, 5, right? And then fret 6 with an upstroke. You need to lift off the index finger while holding the second note. You need to lift off the index finger. You need to do this. You need to do this motion, right? Without picking. Then you just add the pick. The same thing with the other finger. Same thing with the pinky. Alright, then we'll try to speed up a little bit. Just a tiny bit. Then, the same thing with your middle finger. So ignore this finger. Now we're training these two fingers, then these two fingers. So, number one. And keep the pick closer to the string. Don't make the picking like that. And it has to be from your wrist, man. You don't have to play from the arm or elbow or something. You need to play from the wrist. And also, it's good to have a hard pick. Don't play with soft picks if you want to play fast, especially single notes. Just get a hard pick. There are a lot of picks, you know, starting from 1.5 millimeter, and you may play with. I play. This is like a 3, I think. No. It's too thick. This is like a 3 millimeters pick. So Yeah, just picks rules, man. Yeah, but later on, I found that the the bigger the pick, the nicer in tone, rich and fully with harmonics. So that's why I switched from kind of a jazz pick, jazz three pick, to a huge one because I like the tone of this pick. Because the bigger is the pick, it will get some harmonics that you cannot even get it with a tiny pick like that. But it's okay if it works for you. Go ahead, man. So let me tell you the second exercise. You do the same thing but backward. So you train the pinky and your index finger backward. And the very most important thing while you're doing these kind of exercises, you should play it with overdrive or distortion because that will uh, tell if you are muting the strings or not. Because if you play without muting the top strings while I'm doing on the bottom strings, it will ring on and it will sound really messy, especially with the overdrive or distortion. That's why I recommend to always practice your picking technique with a distortion or overdrive. Then later on you can switch the exercise. So you hold the 8th fret with the pinky and 5th fret with the first finger, but not at the same time. You just use one finger at a time because it's a matter of time. You just move these fingers, like doing like this. Yeah. Don't press hard. I know in the beginning you need to press hard to get a note because you don't have yet muscles in your fingers, but try to play as comfy as you can because that will help you to keep on the pace going on. So, man, so that's it. So you play. Then that's it. Just this exercise, man. You need to do this every day. And I'll tell you a very nice tip. When you practice, if you want to improve faster, you have to practice in the same daily timing. So if you practiced yesterday at 7 p.m. whatever, so you should practice the same timing on the next day, 7 p.m. That will help your brain and your muscles to memorize what you're doing faster. All right? So this is really better, and instead of playing like 4 hours every day but in a different timings, this is not good as if you practice like 30 minutes, right, in the same timing with a useful exercises. So don't waste your time practicing that kind of. We won't use that, man. I don't think we'll use this in a musical passage or something. So first of all, you need to practice, as I told you. You hold a note down, up with the other finger. I couldn't imagine, man, that I can do this speed one day. Yeah. And you will get it, man. You will get it, man. Just keep on practicing, keep doing the good thing. Right? Cheers. Yeah, the consistent you play, you'll be able to develop faster, you know. Okay, excuse me guys, I need to have a look to my other platform because I'm doing a live on the other platform and I cannot say the name. So let me just switch and I'll get back to you, right? Hey Malik. Hey Fatma, thank you so much. What school do you teach in? Who are you, Yasin? Yasin who? Thank you, Malik, thank you. Yeah, I can give you some tips about making the guitar scream, yeah. She's gone. اتش ازيك يا اتش وحشنا يا بلوز برو. Yeah, John Petrucci Rock Discipline DVD. It's pretty useful. I tried it, and I I'm still doing some stuff from it because it really helps a lot. It really helps a lot. The more you learn anything, the better you will get to. Okay, so I think I need to switch to the other platform. Paul Gilbert's, yeah, Hot Licks, yeah, Paul Gilbert, Hot Licks is pretty good, pretty good. You know, it's all about, if you want to play fast, I was saying this in the other platform, somebody was asking me. The key to play fast is to play when you have to be very comfortable and soft while picking the notes. You don't have to pick it harder, and because that will not help your stamina to keep on doing. Not from a very long time ago, but that exercise transforms my playing from a very slow player to a pretty good fast player. I don't consider Nafsi as a fast player, but I can play fast, you know. And I couldn't do this from maybe from like 10 years ago or something. I couldn't play fast at all. It was really frustrating for me. So the conclusion is this exercise, all right? So you hold a note, as I told you, and you play down stroke, up stroke with the other finger, lift off the fingers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then the same thing with the other finger. Same thing backwards. That's it. And when you master this motion, it's better to do it on 2 strings at a time. Like you choose any pair of strings if you want to, maybe the D and the G. Then you do the same motion but on 2 strings at a time. So these kind of exercises, you know, but you should master 1 string at a time before switching to the other string, right? Good luck, everyone. Keep on practicing. If you need anything, just let me know if I can help. So let's get back to some backing tracks. Yeah. اه طبعا يا طبعا لازم تعمل مودز بالليجاتو اكيد. Any tips on how to start playing jazz? So I think this is a long story, man, but you need to listen to jazz. You need to listen to origins of jazz, like the old stuff, you know. I know music is like a language, يعني فانت the more you listen to different kind of genres, طبعا you'll be able to figure out what is the culture and what are يعني the historic facts about يعني inventing this kind of music. ده مهم قوي فاهم. Wow, you listen to Wes Montgomery, man. Yeah, love you, man. Because this is one of the best guitar players ever. Also, you may check Kenny Burrell. Kenny Burrell, and there's one of my favorite guitar players. It's called. Oh, I have a very bad memory, man. Oof. I can't remember his name, but he's one of the finest jazz players. Of course you should طبعا listen to different instruments يعني زي ما انت عامل كده like Miles Davis, John Coltrane, Charlie Parker, maybe bass players يعني في ناس كتير برضو. Shamkat vibing. Your cat wants to. I know. I know. Yeah. Smokey. He's called Smokey. 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 أنا هنا. Hi. Hi. How are you doing? Smokey. 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 Listen, Smokey. ده انت جاي هنا. طب المهم بس. Thank you. تعال. طيب يعني طبعا لو عايز براكتس تيبس عشان تلعب جاز، احفظ كويس قوي قوي الميجر سكيل بتاعك بالكوردز بتاعته. دي حاجه مهمه جدا، لان كل سكيل ليه الكوردز بتاعته، فاهم؟ فاعرف الميجر كوردز كويس بتاعت، يعني تعرف السكيل فيه كذا ميجر كورد وفيه كذا ماينر كورد، وكل واحد من دول قد ايه يعني ليه فانكشن معينه بيعملها بينفذها، فاهم؟ هي دي this is all about the theory، يعني اللي هو الهارموني. يعني كل واحد كل كورد من دول في الميجر سكيل او ايفن الماينر سكيل بيبقى بيدي كولر يعني مختلف وكده، ليه فانكشن معينه، فاهم؟ طبعا انت محتاج الميجر سكيل، ده اهم حاجه يا معلم. الميجر سكيل ده هو يعني البيس كده بتاعت اي هارمونيك ستراكشر او اي حاجه فيها هارموني. لازم تبقى عارف الميجر سكيل كويس جدا، لان في اغاني معظم الاغاني في الستاندرد جاز يعني بيست على كيدنسز معينه اللي اسمها 251. هتلاقي 251 ميجر، تلاقي 25 ماينر طبعا، بس موستلي لازم تبقى عارف الميجر سكيل بالكوردز بتاعتهم ايه، بالسيفنث كوردز، فاهم؟ ده اسمه سكيل تون كورد. اللي انا بقولك عليه دلوقتي اسمه سكيل تون كورد. جوجل ات هتلاقي حاجات كتير قوي بتتكلم عليه، ولازم تحفظه كويس جدا جدا جدا. حاجة تانية برضو، لو انت عايز انا عارف ال 251 بس مش فاهم what does it mean. اوكي، شفتها بس انت مش فاهم هي ايه. بص، هي عبارة عن بياخدوا السكند من السكيل وبيعملوا الكورد بتاع السكند نوت في السكيل، وبعد كده بياخدوا الفيفث بتاعت السكيل ويعملوا الكورد بتاع الفايف، فدي كده سكند كورد، فيفث كورد. بعد كده دايما الفيفث كورد ده اللي هو الدوميننت كورد بيعمل زي تنشن كده، يبقى عايز يريليز تاني ويروح للهوم كي بتاعنا اللي هو ال1، عشان كده سموها 251. 2 يعني تاني نوت في السكيل الكورد بتاعها بيتلعب. 5 الخامس نوت في السكيل الكورد بتاعها بيتلعب. بعد كده بتريزولف باك تو 1. 251 يعني. بص افهمها لك قصدي يعني براكتيكال شويه، ودي مهمه قوي يا معلم، دي مهمه بس يعني، فاهم؟ هي دي الموضوع. بص، زي مثلا انت دلوقتي عندنا سكيل اوف جي، اوكي، جي ميجر. مش 2 مش مهم بقى، اللي هو السكيل ده. السكيل ده يا معلم كل نوت فيه ليها كورد، يعني ده لو عايز اعمل من هنا كورد، الكورد هيبقى ميجر. عايز اعمل من السكند نوت الكورد، لو عملت هنا كورد يبقى ماينر. لو جيت من التالتة بيبقى ماينر، ميجر، ميجر. كفايه كده، كفايه اول 5 نوت دي. سو اول واحد ميجر ماينر ماينر ميجر ميجر، يعني عندك 1 4 5 are major chords في اي major scale. 2 3 6 are minor. ال 7 ده diminished بقى بعدين، يعني نشوف الموضوع ده. المهم عشان بس الموضوع 2 5 1، فانت احنا في جي ميجر، فال2 بتاعتي دلوقتي تبقى الاي، ادي الاي، وال5 بتاعتي بتاعت الجي اللي هي ايه 1 2 3 4 5 اللي هي الدي، فده 2 5 2 5 1. لو حطيت 7th نوت للإيتش كورد هيبقى صوتها عامل بتعمل زي بص، هي زي كده هارمونيك موشن بتحصل، عبارة عن بتبقى ايه، بيلعب الكورد نمبر 2 في السكيل زي preparation، بيعمل preparation، دي الفانكشن بتاعته، بيبريبير انه هيروح لكورد ال5 اللي هو الدوميننت، بيعمل تنشن، ده كده تنشن، فيه تنشن، عايز التنشن ده عايز يريليز. سو نسمعها. سوري. ايه ده؟ سو بيعمل زي ما قلت لك ال2، لعب ال5، اللي قبل ال5 ده اللي هو ال2 السكند اللي هو السكند نوت في السكيل الجي ميجر. يا شيرين صباح الخير، عامله ايه؟ بنورك. ما كلمتكيش، انا عايز اكلمك فعلا، عايز تيجي انت بعتيلي تليفونك صح، بس انا يعني سوري معلش اتشغلت جامد ونسيت خالص اكلمك. هكلمك نظبط حاجه كده اتفقنا معاها مع بعض، يعني ما اتفقناش على حاجه، يعني هقول لك يعني عايز نعمل ايه، موضوع ميوزك ثيرابي يعني مهم. طيب كريم I mean the chord that you said prepares to the fifth. ما هو ده السكند كورد ده هو بيعمل زي it's like a preparation، تمام، علشان preparation للتنشن، فاهم؟ يعني المزيكا يعني الميوزك عامة بتبقى بيست على تنشن وريليز، عشان دي المزيكا اللي هتبقى مقبولة للناس تسمعها او للودن انها تبقى قبلها، هي دي موضوع، هو ده الموضوع في الهارموني، انك تعمل تنشنة وبعد كده بتريليز التنشنة تاني، فاهم؟ زي ما انت بتيجي مثلا تتكلم في حوار مع واحد، لو فضلت نفس التون ده هيزهق منك، لكن لو بتعلي صوتك جامد كده اهو هتسمعني، وبعد كده لما اتكلم بالراحه شويه انت هشدك برضه، فاهم؟ فكده انا بعمل تنشن وريليز، بفهمك ايه اللي بيحصل يعني في طريقه الكلام مثلا. نفس الموضوع في الميوزك، دايما الكورد اللي بيعمل تنشن اللي هو الدوميننت، هو الخامس بتاع السكيل، ايذر بقى السكيل ده ميجر ولا ماينر، هو بيعمل دايما تنشن. لكن اتس بيتر ان احنا نروح للكورد اللي بيعمل تنشن ده بتحضير، نحضر له، فاهم؟ زي بريباريشن. ففي كودز وظيفتها ان هي بتعمل بريباريشن للتنشن، وفي كودز وظيفتها ان هي بتعمل تنشن، وفي كودز وظيفتها انها بتريليس، بتفيل يعني بيقولوا عليها اللي هو يعني بتحس كده انك وصلت للهوم بتاعك، الارضيه بتاعتك، فاهم؟ دول كل واحد في الميجر سكيل ليه علاقه بالثلاثه فانكشنز اللي انا بقول لك عليها دي، تمام؟ فدايما كورد ال2 ده بيبقى زي بريباريشن، تحضير، وبعد كده يروح كورد ال5 عشان كده بيسموه 2 5 1، ففي اغاني كتير قوي بقى 251 فاهم. بس اي هوب ان انت تكون يعني استفدت فاهم. هقول لك على حاجه حلوه برضه. Yes, I can improvise over 251. حاضر ماشي حاضر. فاهم. بص الابروتش بتاع 251 ده ممكن بقى نطلع منه حاجات كتير قوي. الامبروفيزيشن يعني ممكن افكر بكذا طريقه. فانا هوريك الطريقه السيمبل دلوقتي عشان تقدر انت تقعد تمبروفايز عليها وتقدر تطلع صوت بحاجات بنوتس قليله. ماشي. سي هنبراكتس مثلا. سي هلعب دلوقتي 251 في الجي ميجر. ماشي. تعال نسمع الجي ميجر كده بيعمل ايه. بص فيرست اوف اول انا كتبت على اليوتيوب 251 جي ميجر خلاص. فجاب لي الباكينج تراك. استنى انا هقفل بس المايك عشان الصوت بيبقى واحد. اوكي. فهو جاب لي 251 الكودز دي. جاب لي A minor 7. بعد كده جاب لي دي 7. بعد كده عمل ريزولفنج للجي. انا ايه امبروفايز على ده ازاي بقى؟ انا عندي كذا ابروتش ممكن امبروفايز عليه فيه. ممكن اول حاجه انا امبروفايز بميجر سكيل لان دول 251 في ميجر كي. فممكن العب ميجر سكيل. تعال نشوف ميجر سكيل ممكن صوته يبقى عامل ازاي على دول فاهم. اوكي. طيب ده امبروفيزيشن. انا بلعب على ميجر سكيل. طيب ممكن العب على ايه دلوقتي؟ ميجر بنتاتونيك بس. انا لعبت الجي ميجر بنتاتونيك اللي هو ده. بس لقيته across الفينجر بورد. عملته الليك دي مهمة موت. اعرف الفينجرنج ده يا معلم. بص سلايد 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 ونرجعها. ممكن حاجه ثالثه برضه اوريها لك. ممكن امبروفايز بالاربيجيوز بتاع ايتش كورد. يعني اول كورد ده العب الاربيجيو بتاعه. تاني كورد العب الاربيجيو بتاعه. تالت كورد. اوكي. تعال نسمع صوت الاربيجيوز كده معاها من الاول بس شوف الموضوع ده. 1 2 3 1. ابروتش يا معلم. طبعا انت مش شايف حاجه صح؟ معلش. سموكي بليز. طيب انا معلش انا let me just go to the other platform because there's a lot of messages I need to answer. Go this way يا حبيبي. يعني طيب خليني اشوف بس what is the height that you can pick, the high speed. Yeah, man, I had that was the tips on improvisation. Yeah, 16th notes. I don't know. I can check. I can check right now. But depends, you know. If you wanna go away, babe. Go away. Not now. Okay. Like, if you wanna practice playing fast, you need to practice slowly. With a pace of like a metronome or a drum machine or something that will help you a lot. Okay. And speed comes by time, you know. It's not a big deal, you know. So you need to practice a lot playing slowly and clean, rather than practicing fast passages with the, you know, with the messy sound and strings are ringing, the unwanted strings are, you know. So as I told you before, I'm a left-handed person. I learned to play the guitar with my right hand, and that was it took me a lot of hard work to be able to pick cleaner and a little bit fast. I don't consider myself a fast player, but I can play fast. Wait, let me just get a sound. Hey yo, come on. Yeah. This is I can do something like that. Then I can double it. Maybe I can do then speed up a bit. Maybe practicing something like maybe something like that kind of stuff, you know. But as I told you, the most important part of practicing the picking and hand synchronization is to play one string at a time with two notes. Just like that. And see what hand is like speeding the other, you know. I found myself, because I'm a left-handed, I found myself like the left hand was so stronger than the right hand. So I can do this. But I can't play that fast with the pick, you know. So that's why I started slowly, then gradually. Hello, hello, Daniel from Argentina. How are you doing? Greetings from Egypt, man. Oops. اوعى تقع. Uh, so what? I can get an E major backing track and practice along. I'll show you how. Here we go. غالبا سموكي عمل حاجة في الصوت فأنا مش عارف. What did you do, man? يعني كده مش عارف. طيب يعني أنا لو عندي 251 في السكيل of E major، لو ده E major يبقى 2 بتاعي is F sharp, right? F sharp minor, then the fifth is a B7, then it goes back to the home key. So I can take this F sharp over here on the 9th fret and make it the minor 7th chord, and I'll switch this to the B7, B dominant 7 chord, then resolves to the E major 7. So I can use this as a ground for me to improvise. So I can use arpeggios. I have no idea what's going on. E major backing track. Yeah. Something is not working. مش عارف في ايه عمليا مش عارف. I have no idea what's going on. طب guys, there's a problem with the MacBook. I gotta go. Need to sleep actually كمان برضو. Alright everyone, thank you so much for reaching and checking in. Yalla, keep rocking. And I'll see you everyone tomorrow. The same timing. Have a good night.